Hey, it's Matt from the podcast setup.com. Wanted to talk about RSS.com launching their free plan. They're friends of mine. They host one of my podcast projects called the Our Beloved Medium, and they help sponsor that podcast. I want to help share some of this information today about their free plan. Got the new year coming. We're winding down to the end of the year, starting to get some of those thought processes happening, like maybe I should start a podcast in 2026, but I don't know, maybe I don't want to put too much money out there. No, it's too expensive. I got to buy the mics and do all this other stuff. The good news is RSS.com is offering their free plan now, and it's a scaled back from their medium plan, but after all, it's free. I think the only thing anyone would really notice, especially if you're just a hobbyist podcaster, somebody trying to kick things off for very few dollars, is you're not going to get those podcast analytics beyond 90 days, which, in my book, if you're looking at analytics beyond 90 days, you're probably doing something businessy, right? You're trying to maybe sell ads or understand like your product market fit. And if that's you, you should probably be paying for the good stuff, which is right in the middle, where you're getting all of that extended to 180 days of podcast analytics. You're getting the AI transcripts, you're getting programmatic ad insertions. So there's a lot of value when you start looking at your podcast as either a real business or it's part of your brand exercise at your current organization. You're like, hey, I got to start a podcast. Where should we go? I think the all-in-one podcasting plan at RSS.com makes the most sense if that's your profile. But if you want to just kick things off and get things going for free, get those ideas going, start to be a podcaster, why not start it at RSS.com for free? Or take a look at the blog post announcement. This will all be linked up in the video. RSS.com's free, local, and niche features include unlimited episodes, free podcast website, episode scheduling, automatic app distribution, Apple, Spotify, etc., promotional tools and Podroll recommendations, Podroll being podcasting 2.0 stuff, listen and funding and value tools, also podcast 2.0 stuff, so that's great. Enhanced email privacy, that's protecting your email from within the RSS feed, and the location tag, where you define the location of where this podcast is being recorded or what the podcast is about, and any app or website that ingests the location tag and displays it like on a map or in some kind of like searchable like local directory, your podcast would show up. So that's really cool that they're promoting and pushing a lot of the podcast 2.0 stuff to enhance that free version of RSS.com. So I signed up for a free account. So we're just going to create a new podcast, just going to walk through that stuff so we can see what that looks like. So we'll say Matt's Amazing Podcast. This is the description. I'm not going to upload a cover art. Well, I wonder what's going to happen if I omit that right now. Public website, it's going to tell you this is what the URL is going to be. So maybe I can do Matt's Podcast, see if that's available. Click next. So it did let me skip that. I can pick which category I want to go into. Generally, I'm talking business stuff, so let's go marketing. And then primary category will be marketing, English, this podcast, and it doesn't include explicit. We'll do author name. We'll just say copyright. Fill that in. Next. And now I have the dashboard which I can start uploading my episodes. And as you can see there, even without the cover art, which, if you're new to this, I would just say something like Canva would be a great place to start, where you can go and create a podcast cover art. You can see I have some right here. So here's one that I do for a nonprofit, and Canva can help you create your 3,000 by 3,000 pixel cover art, create it in Canva, bring it over here and upload it into your podcast. Super easy. And again, free. So that's free podcast, free cover art. The stuff that's not free is you creating the podcast, right? So you have to spend time doing that, whether you're doing your own written monologue or you're interviewing folks. But you can see here on this control dashboard, we can upload our episodes. If we have our episodes, everything is clean, easy to understand. That's what I like about RSS.com. Analytics is one of the biggest advantages, in my opinion. If analytics are very important to you, the podcasting 2.0 support, dynamic ads. RSS.com does a really, really good job at those types of features. And obviously, we don't see any stats here, but if you were launching your podcast and people are listening, you could really drill in to where folks are listening and what apps they're using to listen to your podcast. You can distribute all of your episodes directly to any of these platforms here. They make it super easy. In fact, it's warning me right here, hey, you don't have a podcast cover image. You definitely need to have that, so don't fly without having your cover image set up. But RSS.com is saying, hey, look, you can start this stuff for free. We're limiting it to the one podcast, the 90 days. You're not getting all the other AI features, but they're helping you get off the ground, which I think is pretty great. If we go into the monetization side of it, you can see that the paid ads is unavailable on the free plan, but you can still do value for value, which would be like the funding tag, or actually the funding tag is separate. So we'd have the donation and funding tag here. Value for value would be if you wanted to stream sats. Donation and funding tag, this is great. You just add in your PayPal link, your Stripe link, wherever you're taking donations, and just paste that right in here. And any app, any podcast listening app that supports the funding button will show up in the app. So people can just click that button and donate to you or sign up to your membership, whatever it is. It's great that RSS.com is supporting this stuff and making it really, really easy for you to configure in their dashboard. Oftentimes, the podcasting stuff can be pretty complex. There's a lot here, and this is just a crash course right now, just like flying through what RSS is offering to you. But all this other stuff is available in the free plan. They're doing great work at RSS. I wanted to let you know about their free plans and their free offer. It's pretty great. If you know somebody who wants to start a podcast and they're afraid to spend all that money, check out RSS.com, check out their free plan. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything. You can start podcasting, sharing out your free RSS website, getting people listening, and then figure out what you want to do from there to grow your show, to monetize the show, to help with your brand stuff that you're doing. Check it out, rss.com. Start your podcasting for free. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. Thumbs up if you like the channel. Subscribe if you want more. Thepodcastsetup.com. I want to talk to you about your podcast. You can go to thepodcastsetup.com, fill out the contact form, and let's talk about your podcast setup. Thanks for listening. We'll see you in the next one.